Nesta had no life in the moral lemon. Moral lemon? No life. Hello everyone, my name is Sophie and today I will be talking about why I hate Nesta. I have all the books here that she is in. I have skimmed them all and tried to find scenes that she's in to talk about it. I don't want to start a fight. I think everyone has the characters they like and they really strongly dislike. Whenever I go on Tumblr and I go through the acotar tag, because honestly, this book is the only valid one. I always see posts about Nesta and Nesta being such a badass and people loving her, and I never understood where it came from because I read all of the books and I just didn't like her. And so when I saw this tag, I was just like, did we read the same series? You can like whoever you like. I'm not saying you liking Nesta is a big deal, whatever. I probably like characters you don't like, so it's whatever. I've just been thinking about the Nesta and Cassian book coming out for the past couple of days, and I was thinking about the fact that I have to read a whole trilogy about Nesta, and I can't stomach it. So before I talk about the bad things and the things I don't like, I'm gonna say what I do like about her. I like the fact that she gets with Cassian, but I dislike her for that fact too, because I kind of want him for myself. Cassian is one of the best characters. He's so fucking bomb. He's so great. I love him. What I also like about her is her power. When she's turned into Fae in Echomoth, we don't know what her power is. Everyone immediately knows she has some kind of power, but everyone is kind of sus about it. And I really like the aspect about her. I was like, oh my god, this is so interesting. She took something from the cauldron. How did she do that? Like, I want to know more about it. But she was just being such a bitch about it that, honestly, I didn't care anymore. At the end of Echophus, there's a little excerpt, or a little, what's it called? Like a little, yeah, shut the fuck up. Sneak peek is what it's called. Nesta's experience in the cauldron, and then also her being sent off with Cassian to the Illyrian war camps. And the whole excerpt about her going into the cauldron was just kind of boring. The power she has is just raw power. It's same as Dorian and Throne of Glass. It's so boring. It's such a boring power to just have power, to just have magic that you can do whatever the fuck you want with, you know? Just, it doesn't have any flavor. I was trying to figure out the structure for this video and how I'm going to talk about everything I have to say, but honestly, I don't think that's for me. I'm just here to ramble and to pull things out of my ass. What I am going to start with though is every single book and telling you what Nesta does in that book, and then I'll talk about her. This is the most important book when it comes to Nesta's character because she's a bitch. I mean, the title says it all. She is a bitch, and I think everyone who says that she's a good and interesting character always likes to blame her being a bitch on, of course, her being badass, but also because she's traumatized from the cauldron. In acotar, basically she is a little bitch and a little abusive bitch to Feyre the whole fucking time. You have to imagine, I think this is so important, she is 22 in this book, and she's being a bitch about the fact that her family lost all of her wealth and that they're now living in a cottage and they can barely keep themselves alive, and the only person keeping them alive is Feyre, who goes hunting for them. Nesta doesn't do a single thing. She has a piss poor attitude, and she just argues and she just insults Feyre all the time. I feel like she goes out of her way to insult people and to be rude to the people around her when they're just trying to be nice to her. She spends all the money Feyre makes because she can always get more, and then later, I think I marked that also, she explains that she did that because she wanted her father. Oh yeah, there it is. Feyre says, you spent every copper I could get too, and then Nesta says, I knew you could always get more, and if you couldn't, then I wanted to see if he, her father, would actually go out and fight for us. I couldn't take care of us, not the way you did. I hated you for that, but I hated him more. I still do. But you don't hate yourself. She doesn't hate herself in this book. She's not depressed. She's just living her life, being a little bitch, and this is so important because she was behaving like a bitch and being rude and arrogant and insulting to the people around her before any trauma happened to her. And this is what I want to reiterate. Being traumatized and being depressed or having any sort of mental illness does not give you the right to be abusive or to be rude. Just because you understand where the abuse is coming from doesn't make it right. Just because you understand that she's being a bitch because she hates her father doesn't make it right for her to insult everyone. She says, I hate you for that, I hate him too, but she doesn't hate herself. She could just try. She didn't even fucking try. There's nothing keeping her from going to that forest herself and hunting down the fucking wolves and deers. There's nothing holding her back. This bitch is 22 and she's fucking crying about not having the newest pair of shoes. She thinks that he let her mother die because he didn't help her with the wealth, and he also lost all the wealth, and then when the people, you know, that loaned him came to beat him up in the house, he didn't fight them back. They literally ganged up on your dad and you're mad at him that he didn't do anything. What was he supposed to fucking do? Even if he would have defended himself, I think he would have still been beat up, and maybe if he had defended himself, he would have maybe even been killed instead of just having his leg crippled. And she says this, that she's mad at her father, while she herself just went to her room and cried in her room about everything and she didn't even help her father. Feyre was the only one that stayed back and cried for him and like was at his side, and she's just blaming everything on her father for no fucking reason when she's the issue. You know, she gets a house from Tamlin. She's treated nothing but nice by Faye throughout the whole, well, not throughout the whole series, but in the beginning with acotar and also with Akumath when the inner circle visits them. And still she fucking hates Faye. She doesn't try to listen to them. They do nothing that could make her think they're evil. You know, she heard that from childhood stories, but she doesn't see anything that could make her think that. Still, she hates them. Still, she resents them. And she even got her fucking wealth back from Tamlin, a Fae. And she's still being a bitch about it. It's still not right, you know? Because it wasn't her father who got her dad. How the fuck was he supposed to do that? He's a cripple.
What I meant by that was that he is a cripple and he's suppressed. He can't do physical labor that they would need to get anywhere. It would hurt him. He can't go hunting like Feyre. He has a bad leg. He can't do that shit. Trading in wealth, he can't do that because he doesn't have to move. But anything that, you know, their social status would demand of them to do to rise, like hunting or anything like that, he can't do because his leg doesn't work properly. And so there's nothing he can do besides make his little wood figurines, which he is trying, he is doing something. But this man is so depressed. Don't you think he's more depressed than you? She's so dumb.
Nesta never says sorry to Feyre. But they kind of make up, and Feyre tries to teach her how to paint, and it's kind of like them getting a little bit closer, making a little bit of a truce while Feyre is back in the village. I didn't remember any of that, and I like that. I was like, okay, bitch, like, we're being friendly again. Nesta always kind of regresses throughout the books. Like, she makes up with Feyre a little bit in this one, and then in the beginning of Akumath, when they meet again, she's just a super bitch again. And then by the end of Akumath, I mean, she's turning to Fae, so that's not really the point. But then in Ekwa, the beginning of Ekwa, she's a bitch, and then by the end of it, she's helping everyone, and she's being, you know, she's being useful. And then I mean Equifax, what am I supposed to say about it? That's acotar. We made up with Feyre. We made some paintings with her. But then she leaves. Feyre leaves to go under the mountain and save Tamlin. And I think Nesta says something like, "Don't come back. We don't fucking need you here." I was like, okay, sis. Sorry. In Akumath, oh my god, where's the first page that I marked so I know what the fuck I'm talking about? Feyre visits the mansion of her sisters after she's been turned Fae, and she tells them everything that happened to her, which is a really grand story to a human, I imagine. And Feyre asks of them, hey, can I please meet the human queens in this fucking house, because I don't have anywhere else to go without being killed, after telling them the story of her dying and everything she went through to save those people. And Nesta goes, find somewhere else. Find somewhere else. I don't want them in my house or near a lane. Listen to this shit. When the people around here learn we're Fae sympathizers, are we any better than the children of the blessed then? Because the children of the blessed are the Fae sympathizers and they're made fun of in the village. Any standing, any influence we have, gone. First of all, do you not think they're gonna be secretive about this meeting? Do you really think they're gonna just walk around outside your mansion and tell everyone they're there? And then she says her influence, her stand in society all of which she was given by a fae. It's just so weird to me that she's so anti-fae when, again, she's been shown nothing but kindness by them and nothing but gratitude. And her sister, her own sister, is fae now, and she's still acting like that. No reason. And then, you know, they eat together, and I marked this with a special mark because this just makes me so mad. They're eating, and then Nesta goes, "Is there something wrong with our food?" Because Feyre is like, "What the fuck am I eating? This doesn't taste good to my fae mouth. This human food doesn't taste good." And then she says no, trying to be polite, and swallows it. And then Nesta goes, "So you can't eat normal food anymore, or are you too good for it?" Why would she be too good for it, bitch? Everything you are at this point in the story is due to your sister, and you are acting this way. Why the fuck are you going out of your way to be so rude? You are rude, and you're abusive, and you're fucking annoying. Feyre has such little self-esteem because of this bitch, because everything Feyre does in acotar is disregarded by Nesta, by her big sister, by her older sister, who loves her other sister so much more for no fucking reason, because Elaine doesn't fucking do anything. And even now, when she's done so much for her family, when she's been through so much shit, and Nesta has been through nothing, you know, compared to Feyre, she's still acting this way for no reason. This is not because she's a badass or because she's cool, it's because she's just a bland out bitch and she's rude. And Nesta, when the queens actually come to the house, Nesta kind of defends them. Not them, the inner circle. She tries to help them, which, as I said before, the middle of the book or the ending of everything, she's always kind of, she's whatever, she's nice, she's not that much of a bitch. It's always the beginning of the book where she's extremely rude to everyone, and then here she's like, "You're stupid, arrogant fools, give them the book. There are innocent people here in these lands. If you will not risk your necks against the forces that threaten us, then grant those people a fighting chance. Give my sister the book." She's standing up for them. Great, Nesta. Love that for you. But what did it do? Nothing. You were turned into fae like a little bitch. She's turned fae, and then we get to Echo War. What I always see is that people say Feyre doesn't care about her and doesn't care about her sister, and I honestly, that is one argument that I, throughout skimming these books, it's the one argument I don't understand at all. Feyre repeatedly says, "Don't hurt them, they're my sisters." Even after all the abuse she suffered, she says, "Don't hurt them, they're my sisters. You can't fucking do that. I love my sisters." She meets Nesta for the first time after she's been turned fae. Nesta goes, "And again, why are you here?" And Feyre says, "I wanted to see you, see how you were doing," because she's concerned for her fucking sister. And Nesta goes, "See if I've accepted my lot and found myself grateful for becoming one of them." Okay, sis, chill. Feyre goes, "You're my sister. I watched them hurt you. I wanted to see if you were alright." Feyre has, in my eyes, never done anything that would suggest that she doesn't love her sisters, or that she doesn't care for her sisters. She's looked after them. She's provided for them. She tried to reassure them. She told fucking Nesta not to marry that guy, that abusive dude, which obviously he was. Like, Feyre was right. She's been trying to care for her older sisters because she loves them, and then still you're acting this way. You are acting this way. Nesta had no life in the mortal realm. She didn't have friends, as far as I'm concerned. She didn't have a lover. She hated her dad, and she was just existing. She wasn't anyone necessarily, at least that we know of. And now, like, she's a fae, and I get you can still dislike them even though your sister is one. You've been nothing but cared for, you've been nothing but supported through the fae that you know. You can still be like, "Oh, I'm kind of sus about them," but going to these extents and saying, "One of them, I fucking hate them," why are you saying that? She treats Elaine like such a little child, and I've seen people say Elaine is, or not even people say, Feyre says this in acotar, that Elaine is the stupid one, and that she's kind of dumb. And I think the reason for that is Nesta. Nesta controls Elaine's whole life. I don't know if this bitch even goes to the toilet all by herself. I don't think she can. I think Nesta still wipes her ass. Nesta goes, "But it's not me you should be checking on. I had a little at stake on the other side of the wall as I do here because you had no life and Elaine did. And still Elaine adjusted better than you did." Elaine will not leave her room. She will not stop crying. She will not eat, sleep, or drink. Reese goes, I have asked you over and over if you need it. And then fucking Nesta goes, why should I allow any of you to get near her? It is none of your business but our own. Nesta has been so abusive to Reese's maid, and I always see this when people are like anti-Reese, and I get it. He's like a little fucked up, you know, I get where you're coming from. He's not all that great either, but I get it. His mate was abused. The sister doesn't even apologize. She continues to scrutinize them when they're just trying to help. Reese asked them, do you need anything? I'm here for you. Here's a job. Here's a place to live. And why does... It's not pride, it's arrogance that she has for turning everything down. But this scene, I'm just gonna read it out. Moa is talking about how much she likes Nesta's dress after meeting Nesta for the first time. Moa just really compliments her, and she's like, it's a good thing we're not the same size, or else I might be tempted to steal that dress. Cassian goes, likely right off of her. And then Nesta goes, fortunately for you, I don't return the sentiment. Why did she say that? Anyone tell me why she said that? She meets Moa for the first time, like really meets her. Or was she there when she was turned into a fae? I don't remember that, but let's say they meet for the first time or talk for the first time, and Moa is being nothing but nice, bubbly, saying, hey, you look so fucking good, complimenting her. And Nesta just goes, I think you're ugly. She goes out of her way. She could have just said, thank you, or I like the dress too. No, she goes, I don't return the sentiment. I don't fucking care. Oh, why? The thing is, Feyre went through shit too. Feyre, you know, died. She went through all of those trials as a human. She was abused also. And still she wasn't being a bitch about it. People cope with things differently, and there's nothing wrong with that. But going out of your way to insult people is not excusable as a coping mechanism. Here, another thing I marked with a special mark, because people love to shit on Feyre. We had survived. Never again would I let someone hurt him like that. Reads. Hurt my sisters like that. Never again. She just wants to protect them. She is being protective over them. I need to burp. So then, honestly, in the middle of this book, I didn't mark much because Nesta kind of starts growing a little warmer after they visit the Court of Nightmares together. Nesta and Feyre also bond over the fact that they're both concerned for Elaine, and because Elaine seems to be the only thing that Nesta is, like, she doesn't have anything else to her character, she doesn't have any interests, reading obviously, but like Elaine is the main focus of her existence. And so she gets nicer. I have for several hundred pages nothing even marked because she is just there. She's still being bitchy, she's still being rude and badass, which she's not badass, she's just rude. But she doesn't do anything abusive or anything super bad. Blah blah blah, Cassian. I love Cassian. I would love to be with him. Don't tell my boyfriend. I hope he doesn't watch this far. This is the end of the book. Again, reiterating, beginning she's a bitch, the middle she doesn't do anything, and then at the end, she's kind of good with Feyre. She's kind of nice. She literally watched the King of Hibern snatch her father's neck right in front of her after he apologized to Nesta, which later leads to her trauma. I mean, even if I hated my dad, I would be traumatized if he was killed in front of me. That's completely valid. So they're having some kind of meeting, I don't remember, and Nesta goes, do you think it will work, this meeting? And Feyre goes, I don't know, but I'm willing to try. And then she also says, I want you here for this with me. And then Nesta slid her hand into Feyre's, going in her with this into this meeting, supporting her, being a supportive sister, I guess. Amazing of you. This is the end of the book. I'm gonna read this out to you. So, I said to my sisters, what now? Nesta just turned and went up the stairs, each step slow and stiff. She shut her door with a decisive click once she got to her bedroom. Father, Elaine whispered, still staring up those steps. I don't think Nesta... I know. I think Nesta needs to sort through a lot of it. Too much of it. Elaine faced me. Do we help her? I fiddled with the end of my braid. Yes, but not today. Not tomorrow. When she's ready. When we were ready, too. Obviously, these bitches are traumatized too. They also saw their father die. Nesta is the only one that saw her father die. I'm reiterating, you're not the only person going through trauma, and you shouldn't be insulting other people for your trauma. It's obviously hinted at that she is going through some shit by the end of this book, and I thought that was completely valid. You know, she didn't want to be a part of this war, and I think she blames the inner circle for her dad dying. Then again, I'm just kind of conflicted on the whole, oh, I'm so traumatized because of my dad. She hated her dad. She hated her dad with her guts. Her dad was the worst person in the world for her. He was weak, he was a bitch, and then he turns up to the big battle with an armada and says, oh, I love you, Nesta, and all of a sudden she just loves him again. All of this hate she's built up for years, gone. Again, she's completely validly traumatized by watching her family member die in front of her, just having his neck fucking snapped in half. But her going to her room, sad, not talking, I just thought that was hinting towards her being depressed, period. What the fuck was this? This feels like a cheap fanfiction, but I think we all know that. Nesta is depressed, she's not eating, which Feyre was also not eating, just to remind everyone, when Feyre was depressed, she was also not eating, still she was not being a bitch. Nesta now is constantly drunk, she sleeps around, and she feels empty inside, and she feels nothing. And so I think she drinks and she sleeps around to try and feel something, but she can't. Yes, I wouldn't have an issue with this. I don't have an issue with her drinking habits and sleeping around. I think it would be really nice to read a character in that direction and explore them more if it weren't Nesta. Nesta is traumatized and she's pushing people away from her, but I think it would have just been so much better if Nesta went from this smart-mouthed, sassy character into someone that just came completely numb and empty. Like, she didn't talk much anymore. She was just empty inside. You know what I mean? I think making Nesta a drunk, depressed, PTSD girl, woman, female, whatever, that's sleeping around, the whole concept of it, amazing. It could have been so nice to see, but I just think it wasn't done right. How drastic would a change have been if Nesta, being this, like, sassy bitch, like rude bitch the whole time and always having retort, just went completely silent, completely empty, didn't try to communicate with anyone, just tired of everything. Still drinking, still sleeping around, that's fine, but just shutting the fuck up for once, you know what I mean? That would have been perfect. But no, we get a bitchy Nesta once again. This bitch, she doesn't join with the inner circle after they've shown her nothing but kindness. Again, I think she blames them for her father's death, but still, they try to invite her to stuff. They try to make her move into a better house. They try to have her have a job for her. Feyre does it for her because she loves her sister. She tries to argue with Elaine because Elaine is the only person that Nesta ever has shown, like, explicit interest in, so it just makes sense to argue, oh, you should come because Elaine would love it. It just makes sense. It's not because Feyre doesn't want Nesta to come because she's Nesta. It's because she thinks that's the only way she'll come and feel better about herself, because Elaine is the only thing she cares about, apparently. Nesta gets mad that there's no portrait of her in the fucking house that Feyre has. After she doesn't come to the invitations she gets, she doesn't join with the inner circle, she doesn't do anything, she's not part of it. And then she's like, I'm not here in the hall, there's no picture of me. Oh, I'm so upset. Sis, you did this to yourself. Stop acting like this. You did this to yourself. Now, just for other things that I hate about her. In acotar, Nesta deliberately destroyed Feyre's self-esteem just for the sport of it, I guess. She spent all of her money, which just re-established this power imbalance there was, I'm sorry, I can't speak English, there was between Feyre and Nesta. A 22-year-old spoiled brat. You are 22. If you were a 17-year-old, I would say, you know what? You being sad that your daddy lost all the money? Okay. But you're 22. She literally wanted to have her family starve out of spite for her father. She was reached out to on several occasions in Echo War, in Echo Fuzz, and she still didn't want to come. She didn't want any part in it, and then she was heard because she declined offers she was made. You can't be sad if your friends reach out to you. Listen, I had friends that always went out without me, without asking if I wanted to come, and then I was sad. But I couldn't do anything about it because they didn't ask me. And when I tried to invite myself, they said no. So then I was sad. But you were invited, you were asked for, and you said no, and now you're sad? It doesn't make any sense. She's toxic, she's verbally abusive, she's not a bad bitch, she's rude deliberately. She has every right to be sad and mad at people, but she has no need to be this nasty nesta, literally. I mean, is that a coincidence? I think I said this earlier, but acotar literally is the most important book to look at when you're discussing her character, because she's always been a bitch. Now she's just a bitch with trauma. Nothing else has changed. Sarah J. Maas always says, or the characters in the book always say, Nesta will rip you to shreds. She will rip you apart. She is so strong. And she never has any training. Except with Amren, the magic training, but any physical training. She never goes through that. How the fuck is she supposed to hurt anyone? Cassian is 500 years old. He's a commander. He's training probably every day of his life. And you're trying to tell me that this bitch could hurt him? Only emotionally, because she's verbally abusive. In Echo War and in Echo Fast, she says to Rhys, "You're not my high lord. I am gonna do as I wish. You don't command me." And honestly, what the fuck? Go live somewhere else, bitch. If he's not your high lord, you are still living off of his money. She has never worked one day in her life, and she's making all these demands for her rent, for, you know, just being provided for. She's never done anything in her life. Except she fought in that war, but I mean labor-wise, you know, she's never done anything. A common argument I think a lot of people bring on is the fact that Nesta is so uncommon for a female character because she's unapologetic and she's badass, and we would love her if she was a man, but we scrutinize her because she's a woman. Tamlin is very similar to Nesta in the sense that he abused Feyre just like Nesta abused Feyre. They were both verbally abusive. Tamlin did get physical, which I don't like Tamlin. I don't want to make it sound like I accept what he did, but I'm just telling you, I don't like Tamlin and I don't like Nesta, and I think they're very similar. But you love Nesta and hate Tamlin, so who's the hypocrite? Tamlin never wanted to hurt Feyre. Everything he did was because he was traumatized, and because he was also traumatized, and because he was thinking that he's doing the best for Feyre, and he wanted the best for Feyre always. He just didn't realize that he was being abusive. And again, understanding where the abuse came from doesn't make it right. So I fucking hate Tamlin also. I hate her as a Nesta and Tamlin. I think that double standard doesn't really hold out. That whole argument of, oh, you love her, you would love her if she was a guy. I don't like Tamlin. He treated Feyre horribly too. You just put her on such a high pedestal. What is she gonna do? Is she just gonna be rude the whole time? Like, what is she gonna do if she ever rule anything? She annoys the fuck out of me. Because I don't remember what else I meant to say before I dove into her and Cassian, I'm just gonna start with Cassian now. Cassian deserves better. He deserves so much better. Honestly, just before I talk about anything, I want to put this out there. It's very obvious that they will be mates, or they will be anything similar to that, because there were just so many hints at it. At this point, I would be surprised if they're not. I hate everything about that. I hate the fact that they're going to be mates. Not because I don't like Nesta, but because this is so stupid. How can you say, in one, I don't know if it was in Throne of Glass or acotar, that mates are a sacred thing. They're so rare, just like children. Like, it's so rare to find your mate. Like, you're so lucky if you find it. And then you make all of the sisters have mates. If you make your main character have a mate, okay, like, it's the main character. Like, Akuma fucking blew me away, you know? It's fine. Elaine having a mate? What the fuck? Why? And also Nesta and Cassian, why the fuck would you think that's right when you specifically go out of your way to state mates are rare? Just say that mates are common, you know? Or just don't say anything at all about them being rare. That would have made it better. People, I think, argue that Nesta never made any promise to Cassian. She never said she would be with him. I don't think they ever, oh, they did kiss, but like, they never did anything that would suggest it. They never hooked up. So why, like, she doesn't owe him anything. War scene in Echo War at the end, where they're both, like, Nesta is crying, Cassian is almost dead, and he goes, I'm sorry we didn't have enough time. I'm sorry, like, I'll find you again in another life. I'm sorry we didn't have enough time. And they kiss, and then she shields him with her body, knowing that they will both die. If that doesn't scream, I want to be with you, then I don't know what does. Like, if that's not a promise to you, like, if I were Cassian, I would just leave her all together after all of that happened, and she then in Echophas doesn't even try to talk to him. Bitch, are we just gonna pretend like this didn't happen? And he tries to reach out to her. He tries to talk to her. He respects that she says, I don't want anything to do with you. But then he tries to reach out to her. He buys her a present. And she says, I don't want any fucking present from you. And he has taken months to fucking find it. She doesn't notice. And then he has to throw it into the fucking lake. Or whatever it was, river. I was screaming when I read that. I was fuming because I hate Nesta and I love Cassian. And the fact that he's going through all of this for this bitch, for this toxic bitch. Oh my god. I will now be turning on my PC, so you might hear humming in the background, because there is an infamous excerpt in the Target Echomoth edition, I think, called Wings and Amber. And it's Nesta and Cassian having a moment, and while I was skimming through Echomoth to find pages to mark and things to talk about with Nesta, I was going insane because I couldn't find that scene, and then I realized it's a special edition little extra. I didn't know that because the last time I read it was when it came out. So I will now read it because I just remember cringing so hard when I read it the last time. I will now read it and then comment on why Cassian deserves so much better than this bitch. The first sentence sounds like the introduction to a Pool fucking fanfiction. It goes, for Cassian, the brash, handsome Illyrian general of recent armies, dealing with the opposite sex has always been easy and enjoyable. Who the fuck cares? Oh my god, my bitch, Cassian, they talk about what Cassian does, and Cassian goes, and what exactly do you do that's of importance? Nothing, bitch, she does nothing. She was young, 22, 23 at most, and still a little bitch, like a brat. Fucking bitch, I hate her. And everything she does, I'm just like, fuck you, shut the fuck up. What the fuck? What the fuck? I'm just gonna read this out. She was young, 22, 23 at most. But had she been with a man, he shouldn't have cared or wondered, and it made no difference to him. But, ... normally he could tell. The excerpt continues, she, ... Cassian couldn't read her at all. Do you really need to talk about her fucking someone to tell the reader that Cassian can't read her at all? Like, couldn't he just talk about her, like, having a poker face or something? Did he really have to? He shouldn't have cared or wondered. It made no difference to him. But, so he does slut shame her. Okay, Cassian, you're not that feminist after all. I think Cassian trains the Illyrian females at the camp, which they're not allowed to train normally. So he's a feminist icon, but apparently a slut-shaming one. Oh, we're skipping to Nesta's perspective now. But Cassian was dangerous for another reason entirely. Not the handsome face, but those hazel eyes. They had a way of assessing everything and everyone. That's why he's dangerous, not because he could just slit your throat when he wanted. Because of his eyes. She's such a bitch, I hate her. Also, Cassian thinks about her tits so often. The only thing I remembered about Nesta other than I hated her was that she has big ass titties. Because Cassian keeps saying, oh my god, her lush breasts, they are blushing. How are boobs blushing? I don't know. Have you ever been with a male, Nesta? Why is he there? He's there to deliver a message and he goes, have you ever fucked someone? What the fuck? This has nothing to do with, this is so stupid. This is so forced. I hate this. I hate this excerpt. If the whole book is like that, I will have a hard time reading it. Oh, okay, never mind. He is a fucking feminist icon. He goes, have you ever been with a male? She goes, have you? And then he goes, I asked first, sweetheart, unless you prefer females. So, LGBTQ king. It was a taunt. It was taunt enough in that she placed a brass in hand. What's a brass in hand? But also, why is it a taunt if he asked if she's a lesbian? She's homophobic. Nesta's homophobic confirmed. Who and what I prefer is none of your concern, she said, nor is you haven't answered my first question. Bitch, she doesn't have to tell you if she's ever fucked someone. What is this conversation? So then she thinks about that she was almost assaulted by her then boyfriend, now not boyfriend anymore, obviously, and Cassian can just smell it. He just knows. I don't know how. Very convenient. Listen, the fact that Cassian can smell that she is thinking about her, you know, being taken advantage of. What a convenient plot device that he can just smell everything she's thinking about. He can smell every thought. He can smell everything. Cassian leaned toward her, and Nesta found herself tipping her head back, exposing her neck, granting him utter access as he gazed his nose against her throat. That's hard. Are we gonna get it on? This woman, Nesta. Oh my god. He tried not to think of what the hand would feel like on other parts of him, gripping him, stroking him. Cass, you're so disgusting. Oh, he kissed her neck. And then he licked her neck and she said, stop. Listen, I hate this bitch. She goes, if that's what a bastard-born Fey warrior can do, no wonder my sister has become so entangled with the High Lords. Why? Like, she's going out of her way to say, to call him a bastard because she knows it rubs him the wrong way because he hates his heritage. He's been through a lot of shit and she goes out of her way. She goes, oh, haha, you're a bastard. Like, you didn't have to say that. Elaine stays out of this. The less association with your kind, the better. Again, they've done nothing but good things for you. He has good reasons to hate your kind, as do we all. List them. Put a finger down if a Fae has ever hurt you. She can't put a finger down. So they're talking about Elaine getting married to this Fae-hating guy. And then he goes, and what do you deserve? And she goes, certainly more than a bastard-born nobody. I'm so sad that he's putting himself through this. Because she has big titties. I have big titties and I wouldn't insult him like that. Why did she say that? He didn't insult her. He didn't insult her once in this conversation. He only asked if she ever fucked someone. And then they almost made out because she was really horny for him and he was also really horny for her. And then she's like, well, you're a bastard. I don't want you anyway. Huh? What the fuck? Then Nesta pretends to kiss Cassian and kicks him in the balls, which... Why? Why are you kicking him in the balls? She can't argue with him, or she can't just say, please leave the house, like, I'm not feeling well, I don't want to talk. She has to kick him in the balls. This is not badassery. He didn't do anything that went too far, you know, because she just kept pace, or she could have just said, and she knows he would have respected it. She just fucking knows, as do we all. But no, she just slams that fucking knee in his penis. You know nothing about who I am and what I've done and what I want. This is not badass. This is her acting randomly to make her seem badass. It's not badass kicking someone in the balls for no reason. They were taunting each other, but the focus is on each other. It wasn't just Cassian taunting her. It was her taunting him back. And if, again, she would have said, or he could have smelled that she didn't want to be joking anymore, he would have stopped. And you all know that he's so respectful. He's so respectful, except when he asked her how many people he slept with, because that's kind of weird. The thing is, look at Aelin from Throne of Glass. That is a badass bitch. Honestly, if you love her or hate her, she's kind of weird sometimes, but she's still badass. And never is she being rude. She's never, or maybe she's being rude, but she's never being abusive in the sense that Nesta is. Literally, Sarah J. Maas could have written about any other character and I would have liked it more. She could have written about fucking Amren. A prequel for Amren. That would have been so fucking interesting. And she chose Nesta. So, to conclude it, I hate her. I hate everything she is. I know that she's gonna have a redemption arc. And I think one of the things that bothers me most about everything is the fact that it could have been good if it weren't for Cassian. I don't think that this spin-off is necessary. She could have Sarah J. Maas could have done it about any other characters and not turned it into a love story necessarily. I know she wants to write smut, and we all know they're gonna get sexy together because she's literally said that. They could have also not gotten together. You know, plot twist. I hope one of them dies. I hope it's Nesta. Nesta is severely, like, damaged inside. It's obvious. She's traumatized. She's been through a lot of shit, and she can't cope. And again, I'm gonna say, I think the concept of her is really interesting. I just think she was taken to extremes that wasn't necessary. Her being toxic and abusive verbally, she's not physically abusive. We don't know. Maybe when she was younger and she hit Cassian in the balls for no reason, but other than that, you know, there's nothing. I just think a story about Nesta healing by herself would have been way more powerful. I don't understand why Cassian has to be part of it. Cassian is gonna say, oh, I'm not going to do anything unless you want me to. I'm gonna help you with your period because I'm a Sarah J. Maas feminist, and men apparently always help their significant other with their period when they're feminists. Do you understand how much better it would have been if this was a completely different and turned Nesta from the trauma? Like, she finally broke and then she rebuilt her life for herself. It was a story of her becoming a strong woman by herself. No, we need a man in this. We need Cassian, the feminist Cassian. He has a big cock. So that concludes my Nesta rant. I hope everyone enjoyed it. I hope no one is mad at me, or like really mad at me. I don't know. This character is someone who I have never had an ounce of sympathy for, and when everyone started praising her, I just felt like it was so off and didn't sit right with me. And I feel so much better now that I've just spoken about everything that concerned me with this bitch. I'll read the book. It comes out next year, I'm pretty sure. And I'll talk about it then. And I have hopes for her. She can still redeem herself. I will never forget that she's been abusive to her little sister, who's done nothing but support her bigger sister. But still, you know, I'm here for the redemption. I wish it would have happened sooner, and I also think it would have happened sooner if Sarah J. Maas wouldn't have gotten the deal for the Nestian books. She would have definitely redeemed Nesta already. Other than that, I hope everyone's staying home, staying safe, and staying healthy. And I will see you in my next, probably honestly, rant video. Bye!